Breaking news. Military officers expose Nigeria army and federal government dealings with terrorists on Christian massacre in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 14th of November 2025, and I have breaking information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. Soldiers of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom Nigerian Army have come out to confess, and they have said, or should I say, they have indicted the army of the zoo and the federal government of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom Nigeria over their dealings with so-called repentant Boko Haram to massacre and annihilate the innocent Christians in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom Nigeria. I do not want to talk too much. We are going to read together in details. As you can see on your screen, I'll be reading from T3rr0r Reporters, one of Nigeria's media platforms. I want this very news to get to America. In fact, I want Donald Trump to see it. So those of you Nigerians in America, the lovers of freedom in America, and then the Biafrans in America, it is your duty, you are under obligation to share this very news, especially those of you on Facebook. You must make sure that you share this very broadcast for it to get to Donald Trump. Very, very, very important for them to understand what is going on. Now, this is not propaganda. It's not from me. T3rr0r Reporters is owned by a former Nigerian presidential candidate. It has nothing to do with Biafra matters, right? This is strictly authentic news from Nigeria. And it is very, very important to note that this very platform, T3rr0r Reporters, cannot report anything negative against Nigeria. It is not possible because the owner of this platform is once a presidential candidate of Nigeria. You understand? So you must understand this. Therefore, anything that they report that goes against the zoo, it is authentic, 100%. Now, you all know what has been happening, in the zoo between America and Nigeria, how Donald Trump and the American army is preparing to come and take the bull by its horn. But now we have more confession, and this very confession from zoo soldiers, Nigerian army officers, is going to help America government and the American army to know how they are, how things are going, and also to prepare themselves for battles ahead. And according to their headline, they said, exclusive soldiers raise alarm as Nigerian army forces them to work with repentant Boko Haram fighters they don't trust. Remember that. They don't trust. Now let's read. According to multiple military forces who spoke exclusively to T3rr0r Reporters, the soldiers said their commanders were forcing them to patrol, share intelligence, and even live in the same camps with former Boko Haram members who surrendered to the government despite deep distrust and repeated cases of betrayal. Oh! You don't need much. I'm not sure you need any further information that they were forced to work with Boko Haram members. These are Nigerian military officers, so confessing. I'm not the one here making up stories. Zoo Janjaweed military officers are the one confessing. Confessing. Are you paying attention? No one is forcing them to confess. It came from their heart because they couldn't bear it anymore. Look at it. That their commanders were forcing them to patrol, share intelligence. Imagine sharing intelligence. Imagine sharing intelligence with Boko Haram members. in the name of repentant Boko Haram. You understand? Now, it is very, very simple, very easy to destroy the so-called Zoo army. That's why they are inferior. Let us assume that these Boko Haram members are just there. They just, send them as spies. And they started with so-called surrendering to the government. And now, which is the trend, which is what has been happening over the years. They train them for 2 weeks and recruit them into the military. And now they are sharing intelligence together with the original soldiers. Can you imagine? Remember, they are Boko Haram members. They are terrorists. They now claim to have repented and surrendered to the government. Now, the same government, through its military, recruit them into the army. Remember, genuinely, at heart, they haven't repented. These are just number of spies sent by Boko Haram, a group to go and infiltrate the army. Imagine the kind of intelligence they will be sharing. Imagine how this is going to work when they decide to bring out maybe like 50 members of their group and they claim to have surrendered, knowing fully well that they are going to recruit them into the army. And they are being recruited into the army. They are patrolling together, sharing intelligence together, doing everything together, living in the same camp. Living in the same camp. Imagine what their fate is going to be. That is the reason why Boko Haram always invade them and massacre them anyhow, because they know everything. They share intelligence, so there is nothing you can tell them. There is absolutely nothing you can tell them because they know it all. They are all working together. And this is the problem we are having. In the East, what they do is, after giving these so-called repentant Boko Haram members 2 weeks training, and they will be, recruited into the army, they will give them the official Zoo army uniform and send them to the East, where they will go and start massacring innocent people. The same thing they have been doing under Boko Haram, they will be as terrorists. Remember, as terrorists. They will now continue, which is to unalive people, massacre innocent people, set villages ablaze. They will now come into the official Nigerian military and they will continue doing the same thing that they have been doing as Boko Haram terrorists. They will now be doing it as Nigerian army officials. That's why they come to the villages in the East, in Alibo, in Igbo land. They will come into the villages and they set the entire village ablaze and massacre innocent people. They will tag them IPOB. This has been happening for the past 7 years. Going to 10 years now, it has been happening like this in the East. And I want America to take note of this, because this has nothing to do with propaganda. This is reality. This is what we have been facing for the past 7, 8, 9 to 10 years. I'm telling you, since 2015, we have been facing this. Now, several Nigerian soldiers have expressed anger and fear over what they describe as a dangerous policy by the Nigerian army, compelling troops to work alongside repentant Boko Haram fighters in parts of Yobe and other states in the northeast, Sahara reporters has learned. According to multiple military sources who spoke exclusively to Sahara reporters, the soldiers said their commanders were forcing them to patrol, share intelligence, and even live in the same camps with former Boko Haram members who surrendered to the government despite this deep distrust and repeated cases of betrayal. I want you to know that I am not the one who is saying this. I'm only reading it and bringing it to your notice. This is coming from Nigerian military officers, soldiers who are fighting, the genuine soldiers who are fighting against insurgents in Nigeria, while their commanders, who are the ones fanning this terrorism, grooming these terrorists, who are the ones supplying arms and ammunition to these terrorists, are forcing the real soldiers to work with the so-called repentant Boko Haram terrorists. This is unbelievable. This is unacceptable. That is the reason why America must get this very news. America has to get this news ASAP. There is nothing you can tell me if you are watching this very news, especially those of you who live in America. You are under obligation to share the news because Donald Trump must hear it. Oh yes, so that they know how they are preparing. They should know how deep this very impunity has eaten the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom government and its security apparatus. They have to know. Very, very important. Now they said, in our camp, we have repented Boko Haram members. We have repentant Boko Haram members. Those, he said, those ones that surrendered, they are working with them. They go on patrol together so that they can give them information about Boko Haram fighters still hiding in the bush. One soldier said, which information do you think they can give you if they are spies pretending to have surrendered to government troops? Which kind of information do you think they can give you? That information they are giving you is just a little because they are the ones taking your own information to their original members who are the Boko Haram terrorists. Unbelievable. They said the source explained that the arrangement, which was introduced as part of the Nigerian military's counterinsurgency strategy, has left many soldiers uncomfortable and suspicious. And I want you to understand that this thing did not start from today. You understand? It did not start from today. They are now mustering courage to speak up because of the current, situation between America and Nigeria. That is the reason why these soldiers now gather morale to speak up, even though they are speaking on the condition of anonymity. You understand? Even though they are speaking anonymously, but it has given them the courage to speak up because it is not today. It did not start from today. They have been recruiting the so-called repentant Boko Haram into the official Nigerian army for very many years. It's in the public. Oh yes, we know it long ago. And this very feeling did not start from today within the soldiers. Oh yes. Now they said there are normal vigilantes and there are repentant Boko Haram. The soldier continued. So I don't think I have much to say. If you want to read it in details, you can use this very title because the news is long, right? The news is very, very long and I don't have to continue reading them because of my time. I don't want this very broadcast to be too long. So you can, of course, take this very, headline and type it in the Google so you can read in full if you want. But at least I've given you the main information. Thank you, my people. To Salonumozia and make it go viral.